Hate to ruin everybody's social hour, but you always like to get done early, so we might as well get going. I'll call the meeting order for the county board. We'll start with silent meditation and a pledge of allegiance. Please remember our veterans and our first responders. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment. Is there anyone in the back wishing to speak? Okay, seeing none. Motion to deviate from the order of the agenda. Motion by Kimberly, seconded by Tess. By acclamation then, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number 5, Chairman's report. I just got a couple of notes here, and then we got a short presentation from Grant. The date is out now for the WCA Legislative Conference or Legislative Exchange down in Madison from 28th of February to the 1st of March. If you would like to go to that, let Kara know so she can get you signed up. The elected officials will be sworn in on the January 3rd at 8:15 by Judge Kissel in branch number 2. That's what's proposed right now at the time. The Mechanic Bay extension at the highway shop is finally complete and I believe relatively close in budget, Grant? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, skip that one, don't need that. And as you know, Terry had retired in Ag and Extension office, and they still have to sort through them, but they did receive 11 applications for refilling that position. So they'll start sorting through that and then hold interviews on that position. So with that, Grant, do you want to come up, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. Tom had asked me, I got a couple things here we're going to go through today. First off, we had applied for 3 projects on the bipartisan infrastructure law grants, and we were awarded all 3 of them. That's one thing that I'll touch on. And then another thing, I was just going to go over a brief overview of the highway department and just a quick slideshow. Just a brief overview of the highway department. Some of you may know, some of you may not. I'll try and keep this short. I could probably ramble for a long time, but so highway department has 70 employees with our LTEs. We have 3 shops. Our main shop is in Shawano Industrial Park. We have a western facility on State Highway 29 in the, we'll just say, Tigerton area. Eastern facility on 55 in Angelica. We maintain 515 lane miles of state roadway within Shawano County, 294 miles of county roadway, as well as many townships that we do work for. Each time it snows, we clear roughly 1,750 miles of roadway each snowstorm. We also have a quarry where we blast and produce our own aggregates for our own construction projects, as well as other municipalities that we sell to. And also a sand pit where we produce salt sand for winter maintenance purposes. That's kind of a big part of our operation in the wintertime. We sell to most of the townships, I think 23 to 25 within Shawano County. City of Shawano provide Menominee County with all their needs. The northern half of Wapaka County purchases sand from us for their roadway maintenance purposes, as well as Stockbridge Roads Department, and I'm sure there's even a few others that I'm missing. So that's kind of a 10,000 foot level overview of the highway department. And with that, I'll just start with a slideshow. I'll try and keep this brief. So here's an example of our crews, some of the things we did over the last year. We have mastic repair. So mastic is an aggregate and tar, a little cheaper way than doing a full concrete replacement out on 29. So we've done a combination. We do concrete replacement and the mastic to try and fill some of the bumps. Here's a picture of the guardrail repair along State Highway 29, basically due to accidents. So obviously we're out there doing new installations and accident damage repair. Here's a picture of County C bridge repair. So we had wing wall deterioration, just a miscellaneous maintenance project. You can see the wing wall was deteriorated and tipped, just replacing that. County C culverts and also paving project. So this was State Highway 22 south to Deer Lane, eastern part of the county. Just a picture there. You can see the milling machine. I think that's Jim on the milling machine. But
Exactly.
and our paving operation.
Forgotten C.
Forgotten C. Yeah. Let's see. Triple M. We did a asphalt paving project out here on Triple M. That would be from the railroad tracks to the Wolf River. If you ask why didn't we go all the way to 29, well, because there's a project in the works from the railroad tracks back to 29. There's going to be some intersection improvements, maybe some realigning that might take it all the way up to the railroad tracks on the opposite side. So that's why we left it where we did. There again, another picture of the milling machine and the paving operation. Here's at our Shawano shop, we did some scale repair. So you're looking at a $125,000 scale. A lot of salt going over it, so we lifted it up, blasted it, painted it, reset it, and recalibrated. So this should be good again for hopefully another 10 plus years. County D, we had a paving job. This would be in the Bowler area. We'll just say approximately County J into the village of Bowler. And you can see some pipe replacements and some final grading, and then here's a picture of paving. Interesting project we had. It's been 10, 11 years since we did this, but the county park, we had a beach sand addition, and we did a beach trail paving project. So we restored the bulkhead under a standing county permit. We reestablished about 40 to 50 feet of the beach that had washed away over the last, I think it's been 11 years since we did it. But you can see on the left side of that picture, there was about 40 feet or so plus that was washed away from the lake over the last 10 years. Here's a picture of M&2. That's basically a paving project downtown Wittenberg. Another mill and resurface job. Similar project, County N in Burnhamwood. This would be Maple Street to US Highway 45. There was a stretch in there that was in dire need of asphalt paving, as anybody from that area would probably be aware of. Here's a picture, another project we do in our services for townships. So we did a small reconstruct job, Deer Drive in the town of Angelica. There's a picture of after the reconstruct doing the paving. Another miscellaneous project that we were hired to do, City of Shawano hired us for some stump and playground removal and some Martsky Park paving. So we established some asphalt trails, basically handicapped accessible trails within the park system. Another type of project here that we have, just miscellaneous town paving project we were hired to do. Here's a picture of State Highway 22 towards Cecil. Did we'll call it a maintenance overlay. There's a little bit more that goes into it, but a thin overlay along State Highway 22. There's actually a project coming there, but the state wanted us to basically prolong the life of that asphalt. So it's a micro overlay, we'll call it. And then the picture on the right side is our paint truck. That crew and truck we paint for Menominee County, Outagamie County, Wapaka County, obviously Shawano County, City of Shawano, as well as others. But that truck will run pretty much when we start getting good weather in, we'll say late May. That'll run all the way through October. Here's a picture of Bridge Aid. So when we go through the budget process, we have Bridge Aid projects. This is a picture of one of many. but this is a Maple Grove culvert aid project. City of Shawano hired us for airport crossing, or airport drive. We did the railroad track crossing, which is there. We also put up a new salt shed at our east shop this year. This is funded by the state, Wisconsin DOT. That's our crews doing the prep work there, grading and paving. We only had a 440-ton salt shed. Now it's 2,000 tons. We were constantly ordering and fighting the battle of trying to keep the shed full. This will allow us a little more security as far as safety on our roadways. Town of Richmond pipe project and paving. Similar job there. There's the paving side of it. County A, so this is Village of Gresham. We had a paving job there, as well as there was some utility work done by the village that we did in coordination with them. There's kind of a picture of the final product. Tom had mentioned we had the Mechanics Bay addition with a maintenance pit, so that's actually being turned over to us this week. It's pretty much done. This is a great improvement for our mechanics to be able to service our fleet. So there, I don't know if the picture really shows it well. Right in the middle, that's a pit. It's about 5 feet deep. So instead of our old lift is basically beyond its service life, we weren't able to use our lift to pick up our trucks, which can weigh as much as 90,000 pounds, 80,000, depending on which kind of truck we got. This actually has a pit right down the middle, so our crews will walk down a stairway and they're able to work underneath the trucks. It's a lot safer, a lot better working conditions. So definitely the shop crew would like to extend a thank you to everybody sitting here for your approval of that project. We're going to reconstruct on County E. This is east of 117. Widen out shoulders and pave. There's a picture of the paving, the reconstruct job. Quarry operations. We have a quarry where we blast and produce our own aggregates, anywhere between 50 and 80,000 tons per year. We use it on our roadway projects as well as sell to Waupaca County, purchase from us for their northern projects, Menominee County, as well as other municipalities. A lot of you are probably aware of this, but this is the Triple H bridge replacement project. This was a long time coming. I'm glad to see this one done. It'll be a nice addition to the community as well as the boating traffic that utilizes it in the summer. Almost done here. Here's a picture of our 29 concrete joint repairs. So I mentioned before we did the mastic. This is the crews out just doing the actual full panel replacement. And I just got a couple pictures of that. That's one of the final products. And that's it right there. And then one other thing I want, this basically leads into. So we were awarded 3 projects for bipartisan infrastructure law grants for Shawano County. And I think this was handed out to you prior to the meeting and sent out. The state municipal agreements, I was told, are going to come to us in January. At that time, we'll have plus or minus maybe a couple months to decide if or how we want to fund these projects. So basically, you're looking at a total of $5.7 million of awarded project costs for a $1.1 million cost to the county, or a little over $1.1 million. This is work that cannot be done by the county highway department. It is bid, awarded to a design consultant and let to bid for a contractor. So I guess I'm here for any questions, whether it's on any of the projects that we need to consider, or any other questions you may have.
The main reason I asked Grant to come with this is so everybody here has a little idea when they start talking about the money. It's basically what, Grant, the 1.5 million would be our portion of the projects?
A little over 1.1 million.
Okay.
1,140,000.
And this would be items that we don't typically budget for, but the total cost of all the work is over the 5 million. So if we don't fund these projects, we don't get that federal money. So in a way, it's kind of hard to walk away and leave that much grant money just laying there on the table and not take advantage of it. To where we should have to start looking here in the future and see through the highway committee and possibly executive and see how we would finance that 1.1 million, if we would bond for it next year, or it's up to the board if we just let it go. But if we let it go, here's 3 major projects that we're going to be getting done for 30 cents on the dollar, 20?
20.
Yeah, so it'd be very hard to walk away and just leave that alone. So that'll be coming shortly in the future, we'll have to consider that.
And I guess just a quick summary of the three projects. One of them, probably the biggest one, is the County Trunk Highway BE asphalt resurface project. So that would resurface all of County BE except it gaps the village of Bondwell limits. Due to funding type versus rural and urban, we could not include the urban limits or within the village of Bondwell for this project. And then we have two bridges that are structurally deficient or in need of repair. I mean, they only qualified for replacement because they are in need of repair and considered structurally deficient. So eventually, we would have to fund these somehow, some way. Right now, we have this opportunity to take advantage of the 80% funding.
And if we don't do it now, it'll still be there in the future to do at the full cost to the county. So it's just something to consider looking ahead. So if you hear anything about it, you got some idea what we're talking about, what we're discussing. Does anybody have any questions of Grant? Kevin Conrad.
I was just going to make a comment that when this does come back before the board for the funding, I would hope that everybody supports it because it's definitely needed, and it would be kind of foolish not to take advantage of that, because this is a one-time shot, I believe. This would be probably the first construction would be in '24, maybe, Grant, if everything.
If everything goes smooth, we could get it fast-tracked. We might be doing construction in '24.
So I just wish everybody would support it when we come back with a funding idea or source, so, thank you.
Kathy Lubke.
Yeah, you said Shawano County cannot do the work?
Correct. Last time we did this, any federal aid work was 2010. We reconstructed County A from County U East to Cranky Creek Road. Since then, laws have changed, and it's illegal for us to do this type of work just due to the federal dollars associated with it. It needs to go to a private contractor and be bid.
That's politics that'll work for you, Kathy. That's between the Road Builders Association and the county highways, to where the road builders, they want the work. They don't want the counties to be doing it. Anyone else have questions or comments? Arlen?
Yes, I'd like to say too, I agree that it costs a lot of money here, over $1 million, but $1,140,000. But if we wait, and then these three projects, they're going to be coming up in a short distance, maybe not in '24. I mean, that we'd have to do them anyway, but it'll be just shortly after that, I think.
That is
So I
correct.
think as long as it's coming up, we may as well take advantage of this. And I hope people, rest of the board sees it the way I see it. That we should take advantage of this deal.
Okay, thanks, Arlen. Anybody else? The only question that I see along with this, though, as I mentioned to Grant, is a person will have to watch a little bit, because when the federal government dumps all this money out there for all this road work, that doesn't automatically invent another whole batch of contractors to do it. So if they're all overwhelmed with work, their prices might go up too. So if it gets priced out, well, that's a little different story. But anyway, I believe we should take advantage of it, because otherwise it's just laying there in the future and it's all ours then. All right, thank you very much, Grant.
Thanks for your
See no
time.
other questions? All right, reading of petitions and memorials, Kara,
We have none.
as usual. Okay, item number 7, consent agenda. Is there any items anyone would like removed from the consent agenda? I'll read through it quick. If they would like it removed, just let me know and we will discuss it right after the meeting. The first one would be approval of the minutes from the November meeting. Acceptance of the November to December committee minutes. Tess, you want that out?
Yeah.
Okay. Annual reports. Okay, seeing none. Resolution 5322, Morris official zoning map. Okay, that stays in. 5422, Red Springs official zoning map. Joe, you want that separate?
No, just a clarification, just an acronym here. In blue, what is FR2OAR? What does that stand for? That's all I needed, just
Where are you seeing that?
right here on a map, on a
Oh,
Red Springs map. There's proposed zoning changes, and there's something in blue, and it just says FR2OAR. I just needed to know what that acronym was.
is
I
there
can wait
anybody?
on that and talk to somebody later.
Okay, there's nobody up here from PD&Z either, I see, huh?
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna leave that in. Resolution 5522, the Town of Anawa official zoning map. Okay, see none. Zone change for Amos and Mary Yoder. Anyone like that separate? Nope. Morris comp plan? None. Red Springs comp plan? None. Town of Anawa comp plan? None. Okay, so then we will remove the December committee minutes and address that afterwards. Then, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda with the removal of the committee minutes? Motion by Randy Young, seconded by Milton Marquardt. All those in favor, then, if you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Twenty-four yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the consent agenda has passed. Then we will move on to a motion to approve the November to December committee minutes. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kevin, seconded by Sandy Stanky. You had a question, you would like to, something that needs to be changed, you think, Tess?
Yeah. In the exact meeting notes of 11/9/22, it indicates number 15 and 16, that my name is not noted in the roll call vote, but I made the motion on one of them, so that needs to be corrected in order to be compliant with the notes.
Okay. If you made the motion, you were probably there.
You think?
Yeah,
Maybe in body, not mind.
okay,
We'll get that taken care of.
okay. Then with the amendment by Tess, or the correction, I should say, if you are in favor of approving the committee minutes, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no.
Kevin has motion and Sandy second.
Yep. Okay. If you're in favor, then you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the minutes are approved. Item number 8. Discussion on item, okay, we just did that. Any items removed from consent agenda. Item number 9, resolution number 57-22. Kara?
$57.22.
Yep.
Okay. 5722, to request the state of Wisconsin to revise the current real estate transfer fees revenue sharing formula. Be it further resolved that a copy, now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December 2022, does hereby approve of the request to the state of Wisconsin to revise the current real estate transfer fees revenue sharing formula to allow all the counties in Wisconsin to retain 50% of all real estate transfer fees collected, with 50% to be remitted to the state of Wisconsin. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded by the county clerk to the governor of the state of Wisconsin, all members of the Senate legislature representing Shawano County, the Secretary of Wisconsin Department of Administration, and the Wisconsin Counties Association. This was submitted by Planning, Development, and Zoning Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Jeremy Gretzinger, seconded by Jim Shabusky. Is there, Kathy, would you like to make a few comments on it, or? Self-explanatory, basically you want to raise the fees that we keep.
Yeah, right now the state is taking more, and we're asking for 50% of it. I
Okay,
believe that right now they're taking 80%? 80%?
want to come up, Amy?
Yeah, 80/20 they're taking, we would like 50/50.
Okay.
Basically, what it is that right now, when we take in the real estate transfer fee tax, it's when you sell property. It used to be at one point, it was 50/50 back in 1981. Then when budgets got tight for the state and the general fund, they had changed it to 20/80. State gets 80%, we get to keep the 20. The county does for their expenses. So the Wisconsin Counties Association has taken it upon themselves to look into it and requested that it goes into the budget for 2000, I think it's 24, that, or possibly 23, that it would go back to the 50/50, because right now is a really good time to act on it. There's a surplus of money that the state has. And then also in the research that they have found, basically, out of all that goes into that general fund, this is only a 0.44% of that whole amount. So it's a very small amount, even though we're talking $77 million that this generates for the state. So we feel with the support of other counties, the Register of Deeds has taken upon, they are going to support the WCA in their action, and hopefully this will just make an easy transition to change the budget so the counties can receive more back to the 50/50.
Okay, is there any questions of Amy? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 57-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. "24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 10, resolution number 58-22.
To establish public participation procedures to amend the Shawano County Comprehensive Plan. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December, 2022, that Shawano County does hereby adopt the attached written procedures included in the public participation strategy and policies as its public participation procedures, which fulfill the requirements of Wisconsin Statute 66.1001 4A. This was submitted by the Development and Zoning Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kathy, seconded by Tess. I believe, Kathy, this is just a standard clean up the language, change a few items here and there.
We are working on amending or doing the new comp plan every 10 years, and this is a part of it, so.
Okay. Is there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 59-22, 58-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 11, resolution number 59-22.
To approve the Shawano County Library System 2023-2027 Plan of Service. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December 2022 that it approves the attached 2023 to 2027 plan of service for the Shawano County Library System. This has been submitted by the County Library Planning Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Grant Stazek, seconded by Kevin Conrad. This is what we appointed last month. Kimberly, would you like to comment on it?
Sure. It's basically just an update based on recommendations from DPI. This is just the operations plan for the public library that should be updated every 3 to 5 years.
So it's just, same thing, we just cleaned up the little language and run her through again and mail it to DPI, and it'll probably hit a circular file. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, if you are in favor of resolution number 59-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 1 no, with 2 absent. Next item.
Let me see if I can fix it for you.
You meant yes? I was wondering why you were putting down a no.
I fixed it.
Okay, 24 yes, 0 no, with 1 absent. So the resolution is passed. Item number 12, resolution number 60-22. Kara?
To approve the implementation of Traverse payroll package. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December 2022 that it approves the implementation of the Traverse payroll package, effective immediately with the cost of implementation to be paid through undesignated retained earnings of Lakeland Industries, not to exceed $58,050. This was submitted by the Human Services Board and the Executive Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Dennis Knack, seconded by Sandy Stanky. Bill, or do you want to defer?
Simple, we had, the old payroll plan we had is outdated and the gentleman's retiring and they came up with this one and they're covering the cost, so it's pretty self-explanatory.
And it's a separate payroll system than what the county uses for everybody else, which, due to the nature of what it's used for, we can't use the same one as what we do for the rest of the county. It has to be this type of setup. Any questions or comments? It's not costing us anything. Rick's taking it out of his back pocket. Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number, or resolution number 61-22, Kara?
To approve the implementation of a new Act 161 agreement between Shawano County and the Menominee Indian Tribe of Wisconsin. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December 2022 pursuant to section 66.0301 Wisconsin statutes that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors approves the implementation of attached Act 161 agreement between the Menominee Indian Tribe of Wisconsin and Shawano County. Be it further resolved that the previous agreement is terminated and the Shawano County Board of Supervisors directs the County Board Chair, County Clerk, and Human Services Director to sign the agreement. This was submitted by the Human Services Department Board and the Tribal Affairs Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Mike Wiesner, seconded by Kimberly Leffel. Bill, once again, do you want to speak to it or defer to Rick? This one Rick can take? Okay, you want to come up and give us a brief summary, Rick, of what it is?
Afternoon, everybody. I've brought Jenny Stuber with me. She's the Youth Division Manager. These are standard jurisdictional agreements that we have with all tribes. Well, with Stockbridge and the Menominee tribe in particular. This comes about from the Indian Child Welfare Act, which was adopted in 1978, and then the Wisconsin Indian Child Welfare Act in 1983. What this has to do with, this is a jurisdictional and procedural matters that we have to abide by to be compliant with Indian Child Welfare Act, which has to do with removing children who are abused and placed with suitable Indian relatives with all possibilities. So Jenny can speak to the particulars of this, but it's a standard agreement that we have with the Stockbridge and the Menominee tribe for years, and they expire, then they have to be renewed, so that's why we're here today. It's jurisdictional matters about that we will respect tribal sovereignty. So Jenny, get any?
Sure. And this specifically has to do with part of the Menominee Indian Reservation that is Shawano County. So we're talking about the Middle Village area. And this agreement has been updated. The Menominee Indian tribe has created their own children's code, so they have specific regulations now that they follow in regards to investigating or assessing safety of children and whether or not they need to be placed in out-of-home care. So this is an agreement because it is Shawano County land that, and also on the reservation. So this is just an agreement basically on how we are going to procedurally handle things when it comes to assessing safety of children. Any questions? I'd be happy to answer.
Anybody have any questions? Oh, okay, then seeing none, if you are in favor of resolution number 61-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item 14, resolution number 62-22. Kara?
To approve an amendment to the Shawano County Board of Supervisor rules.
Is there a motion to approve? This is for allowing the consent agenda. A motion by Bill Swatala, seconded by Steve Geetz. Questions or comments? Kathy's got one amendment for us because Tommy made a boo-boo.
Okay, to amend the consent, we're going to remove ordinances from the last sentence in paragraph H, section I, which will then read as, any items pertaining to contracts or expenditures of funds will not be placed on the consent agenda.
Is there a motion, or a second to the motion? Motion by, second by Sandy Stanky. Now comments, questions or comments only on the amendment. The amendment was my mistake because when I was putting it together, I didn't realize that whenever you do them from PD&Z, you're going to have resolutions and then you're going to have an ordinance for the comp plans and things like that. And if we're going to lump them together, then we can exclude ordinances from being on the consent agenda. That was the purpose of it. So is there any other questions or comments on the amendment? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of the amendment, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no.
Denny.
He's working on it.
Is he working on it?
There we go. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. All right, so now we are back to the resolution, or excuse me, yeah, the resolution as amended. Is there any questions or comments on that? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 62-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. So we will continue to use this format then with the consent agenda, and hopefully it'll kind of speed things along on items that we believe are just going to go through anyway. Item number 15, ordinance number 17-22. I took this one out to do it separate because that way if somebody wanted any changes to the land division ordinance, it could be discussed. That's why I didn't leave it in with the group for the consent agenda. Kara?
To approve text amendments to the land division ordinance number 3-10. Now therefore be it ordained by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 21st day of December 2022 that the Shawano County Land Division ordinance number 3-10 be amended as proposed with an effective date upon passage and publication. submitted by the Planning, Development, and Zoning Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kathy Lupke, seconded by Kevin Conrad. Is there any questions or comments on this? Do you want to comment on it, Kathy? You're busy today.
What we did is remove the part where an on-site visit needed to be held to approve the, boy, I'm drawing a blank.
Certified survey
Certified
maps?
survey, thank you. It isn't a requirement at the statutes, and our office has enough work to do.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, then if you are in favor of ordinance number 17-22, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. So the ordinance is passed. Item number 16, report by Executive Committee on General Accounts. Kara?
For the November general accounts to be paid will be $584,436.18.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Steve Geetz, seconded by Rick Geezy. Tess, you have a question?
No, I do. The
Hold on.
minutes, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't hear which committee? Okay, so what we'll have to do, go back and see if the per diem sheets were turned in. I don't know if the per diem sheets were turned into payroll, so we'll go back and double check that.
Thank you.
Okay. So then we'll take that one off for now.
It is off.
Okay.
It's not listed.
Oh, it's not listed at all. Oh, okay.
The minutes were there, but the
But the actual
actual
payroll
video
portion
was
isn't
not.
in here like it should be. Okay. All right, are there any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none then, if you are in favor of paying the bills, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. What?
Oh, I need a second. Who's second?
Steve Geetz, second was Rick Geezy, correct? If not, put him down, he'll say okay. Okay, then if you are in favor of paying the bills, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent. Okay. Item number 17, special order or appointments. There are none, I see. Item number 18, board member comments or new business to be considered at a future meeting. Any comments for future meetings? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on. Item number 19, claim report of County Board Supervisors mileage and per diem.
For today's meeting, with 2 absent, we have $2,243.76 for the total.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Randy Young, seconded by Terry Tipton. Is there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of getting paid for today's meeting, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Ken? "24 yes, 0 no, with 2 absent, so you will get paid for today's meeting. The next meeting date is January 25th, 2023. And I'd like to wish everybody a happy Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Joe, seconded by Kimberly Leffel. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.